Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brown Water Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey K.
That's right. And we got a good show for you. In the studio, we got Pickin N Grillin. We're going to be talking about all things barbecue, rubs, some competition stuff. It's going to be a great conversation. But before we jump into it, like we always do, we're going to thank the people to keep the show rolling for us over here in the Brown Water Studios. Right out of the gate, Dr. Robbie Williams over at Southern Magnolia Smiles. Man, you can look them up on Facebook or Instagram. They are located right there on Washington Avenue. So 2025 is a year to brush your teeth. So when you're ready to book that consultation with them, you can give them a shout at 228-215-1202 and tell them that Brown Water sent you. If you find yourself in need of legal representation, Taylor and Cox Law Firm is right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. They're in Jackson County, George County, and Greene County. So our buddy Tyler right here. They specialize in felonies, misdemeanor, DUI, family law, divorce, child custody, BUIs if you find yourself in that situation. But they'll fight tooth and nail for you. So give them a shout at 228-696-0111 and tell them Brown Water sent you. If you're trying to get moving around and feeling good, prioritizing your health, Forever Young Men and Women's Health is the one for you. You can look them up on Facebook as well. Our buddy Kendrick right here, he's got a lot of information out there on the interwebs about all the different stuff that they do. They can do lab work on you, check vitamins, see if you're deficient in anything. They specialize in hormone replacement for both men and women, believe it or not, so go look that up. Their motto is they're bringing medicine, health, and exercise together to help men and women live their best lives. So if you want to book a consultation with them and start feeling better, start moving around, you can give them a shout at 228-363-6623. And we want to thank all of our sponsors, man, for sticking with us and keeping the show going, because without them, we couldn't do it.
Yep.
That's right. All right. So where do we start? First, thank y'all for being here this evening, making the drive down to the coast. Or was y'all already here? Was y'all already here?
We were coming down for a competition.
All right. Okay.
So it worked out great.
We're going to get into that as well. But if we could, we always like to go around the table and introduce yourself, please, and how you're associated with Pickin N Grillin.
So Chris Crossett, I'm Scotty's cousin, live here on the coast, very new to the whole competition world.
Returning guest to the show, too.
Yes,
That's right. That's right. For other things.
Yes, correct.
All right. Sir?
I'm Scotty Chung. I'm the pit master for Pickin N Grillin.
Ooh, baby.
A cousin of his.
You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family.
That's right.
All right. And you, please, ma'am.
Kelly Chun. And I am a supportive partner in the whole barbecue thing, but I have a ball with it.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. It's a hobby that we get to do together.
All right. Well, first awesome. I want to mention the merch here, the shirts, the hat. It looks great. Like, I don't know who did it, but I'm digging the style. I'm digging the colors. I love black, obviously, but really good job. So how'd you get started into barbecue? Like, where'd the passion start?
In college.
Okay.
It was a couple of friends getting together and just cooking and drinking and playing music. And
the best times in life. That's it. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah. Just getting together on the weekends and
all right,
jamming and little Weber grill and
everybody starts with the Weber.
Yeah,
everybody starts with the Weber.
Chicken wings.
That's it. That's it.
And when we started, chicken wings were $1.79 a dozen.
Yep. That's crazy.
$1.79 a piece right now.
Baby.
That's right. So college time, you're playing music and you just start cooking and grilling. That's funny you say that, because I played music in a band, and that was the thing that we would always do at our shows. We'd bring a Weber and we'd load in our gear, and as soon as we got done with that, the first thing we do is hit the parking lot, start firing up the Weber, and just wanting to hang out with everybody that was either in the bands, other bands, or people that came to the show to make it like a, just more than just see the music. Like, we wanted to hang out with people and have a good time. So I can definitely respect what you're saying there. Yeah. So when did you decide that, how did that go? You started playing in bands and stuff like that and kept the barbecue love, or walk us through that?
No, actually, we just kept it like that for years. We would, me and my group of friends, we would get together at the Shelby County Fair.
Okay. I've never been.
That's big.
I've seen pictures and videos, never been. Heard it's a great time.
And we'd do it, and older we got, it just become a once a year thing.
Okay.
And then later in life, one of my friends called and said, "Hey, Dad's having a little amateur contest over at the country club. You want to come cook?" And so
you're like, yeah, I do actually. Yeah. How did that go? How did the first competition go?
Well, we got third in what is it? The shrimp Robbie, which is the shrimp bacon wrap thing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And that the ancillary, and it sort of lit the fire.
Okay.
And next thing we know, we were we were doing competitions.
All right. Okay.
When he says next thing he knows, it was like 2 weeks later, he went to enter a contest, our little hometown cook.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to cook ribs. That's what they need. They were comfortable cooking ribs. They said, let's go and cook some ribs and see if we can win some money. It'll be a good time. And the lady that was getting the registration together said, well, if you want to cook a whole hog, we only have 4 registered and it pays out to fit. And so he was like, how much is it?
Yeah.
We had no smoker for a whole hog.
Okay.
We had never cooked a whole hog.
That was my.
We didn't know where to get a whole
Are we
hog.
still on the Little Weber, or did we upgrade?
We upgraded that week. Pretty much.
Yeah, that $150 entry fee cost me $20,000.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yes.
Pretty much.
Such is a good hobby, right?
Yeah.
It's a real good hobby when you try to spend $20,000 to even win $150.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how you know you're really into it.
Right.
That's
right.
it. So how did that go? That's not something you can really just jump into as a whole
No.
hog, right? I've never done a whole hog before, so I've watched some videos, but it looks like it's
That's what we did.
fairly
Takes a little-
complicated.
Takes a little
Well,
work.
What I left, and then I got home and I started researching, and they catch you in the ads, enter your name and address and phone number.
Yeah.
Well, the next morning I got a text from a company in Memphis and said, hey, we have just what you need ready right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just so happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
so
what was
I
that, a
go,
$20,000 smoker?
well, no,
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
It was about 5,000.
Okay.
But I went and got it, and on the way back, I called my buddy, which he's like a real researcher,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, "Hey, we're cooking a whole hog." He says, "We're what?" And I said, "Yeah, we're cooking a whole hog. I just went and picked the smoker up." I said, "Research it, and let me know." This was in the early 2000s.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah,
Like,
this
when you
was
say
before-
research it, what
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
technology are we dealing
Before
with?
YouTube University.
Right.
Or chat
The only,
GPT?
the only thing we found was Malcolm Reed, and he had one whole hog that he put out, and he had some stuff. And so I contacted him and said, "Hey, we're cooking a whole hog," and he sent me 5 pounds of rub. And we were so bad at the contest, we showed up with beer coolers and lawn chairs and meat. We were going to play. We were going to jam all night.
We thought it was a party.
Sounds
we
to
thought
me,
it was a
that's, I
party.
mean, what's wrong with that? I want to be on your team.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with that?
And so when I get there, and so we research it and get everything, and we get there and we get started cooking the hog. We were so terrible. Everybody there thought that we knew what we were doing.
We were doing things completely different from everybody
Yeah,
else.
and
on the
they were
Oh,
circuit.
like-
so they thought y'all were like, these are the innovators. These guys are light years ahead of us.
Hey,
Yeah, because
Fake it till you make
Yeah,
it. Right?
yeah.
That's the way I live my
We
life.
was just partying. And we were standing up there playing banjo and drinking and just having a good time. Not until the next morning when the hog was the color of this.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
Lord.
yes.
And raw.
Oh, you burnt the outside and
Yeah,
didn't
It
cook
was
the inside.
not cooked next
But
to
we
the
had
bone.
fun. We had fun.
Sounds to me like you still won, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Oh,
got 5th place.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Out of 5, huh?
Yeah, out of 5.
That's
Hey, man.
still paid though.
Yeah, $50.
That's it.
Yeah, still got that trophy. Still got that trophy.
Oh wow. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's good
All right.
stuff. Well, explain your cooking repertoire, how it went from the Little Weber into the $5,000 grill. What do you have? You still have the same thing? Or how do you do it?
No.
No, he's
Well, I
upgraded.
followed the Tucker that I bought. I followed it. I think they're out of business now, but I followed it for a year,
Mhm.
and everybody was
That's the $5,000 rig.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and it's called a what?
Tucker.
Not
It was a
familiar.
pull
It-
behind.
it's-
Trailer?
Okay.
It's a
It's
trailer.
It's
Okay.
a small pull behind trailer, but it had real pretty LED lights and pretty wheels. Anyway, so we
Sound like
followed
me.
it.
Had us
We
right
followed
there.
it for a year, and everybody was cooking on these big backwoods smokers, and they're the Cadillacs. I mean, you see them put them on and sit there, and we were there fighting.
Yeah.
Well, finally, I went over to a fella and introduced myself, Fireman John, which is a very good friend of mine now, and said, "Hey, what do you got there? And what you doing?" He said, "Well, let me tell you something. This is what you need if you're gonna get in the hog business."
Mhm.
And so I actually bought one,
And he happened to be a distributor.
and he
Wink,
was
wink.
the distributor.
Yeah, he saw you walking up.
And so for me buying one, he actually let me go to Memphis in May with him,
Really?
and he taught me how to cook on that backwoods smoker.
Wow.
Sweet.
So when you went to Memphis in May, you were like part of his team. You sat there and watched, helped out.
You know, I helped.
Okay.
Well,
You were the
I handed-
apprentice.
Yeah.
I was the
Padawan.
Yeah.
I was the kitchen dishwasher.
Oh, that's all right. You got to start from the bottom.
But
You
what
know?
I did about this time was when you had we had the beginning of cell phones,
Yep.
pictures. So I was opening up cabinets and taking pictures and emailing them or texting them to her. She was on Amazon.
Buying.
By the time I got home,
Yeah.
I was on,
Espionage.
Yeah.
I was on.
Yes.
I was on.
Yes.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to get everything I could. I was like a sponge.
But later we found out that he had all these, he had them out there. They were just decoys products.
Yeah.
Good.
We found later.
Smart.
Yeah.
Lots of
So then
things
he
I have
watched us
stuff
struggle with
sitting
that for a
around,
while.
And they'll be sitting around and it's like, well, what? I don't know what he's doing with that.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like just to throw you off the
Yeah.
scent.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
I didn't realize, and we've just tiptoed into the barbecue circuit, but it is legit. Like
Mhm.
people go
Yeah,
nuts
yeah.
over
Oh, yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Like stay in trailers 10 days, cook, no showers. Just, it's nuts, man. I didn't realize it was so big.
that's right.
It's a male hobby. So
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
That's how you predominantly. So that's how those usually go. So
Oh, there's some really good women.
yeah, nowadays, yeah.
Melissa Cookson and
Yeah, Melissa Cookson,
yeah,
legend.
there's some.
She's from
really
North
good-
Mississippi as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hell
Anybody
yeah.
from Mississippi can cook.
That's right.
Uh,
So go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, explain the circuits, because I know there's some smaller ones that y'all go to and then some bigger ones. And then maybe the Super Bowl is Memphis in May. Is that how it kind of works?
Well, what we have, the Cook Whole Hog pork now and ribs. You have MBN, which is Memphis Barbecue Network,
Okay.
and then you have KCBS, which is Kansas City, and they do chicken,
I think brisket.
brisket,
Yeah.
Mhm.
pork,
Right.
and then you have smaller contests like ICBA and CBA over in Texas and Louisiana, and they run sort of like a KCBS sorta, and then of course you got your Georgia Barbecue Society and your Florida Barbecue Society, and that's
And everybody has a little
their
twist.
everybody
Yeah.
thinks their barbecue's the best.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you have Memphis in May, which is the World Championship,
Right.
and then now they have a Smoke Slam, and it's really an NBN contest,
Right.
and it's actually happening at the same time at Memphis every year. So
Two
it's sorta-
sanctioned,
yeah,
big
two
sanctioned events.
events.
If I'm not mistaken, you have to do so many small events to get points to qualify for Memphis.
Used to,
Right.
used to,
Yeah.
used to. You pretty much now just have to be, a winner.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh.
As long as you're
There's no
good.
point systems
Yeah.
in that.
And once
Right.
you've walked the stage at Memphis, then you're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's double down on that real quick. So used to, you'd have to, like Joey was saying, you win a few tournaments and it would build up a point system.
Mhm.
Right.
But now they don't do points. You have to just have at least one of these lower.
Well,
tournaments?
they'll, you just don't get, and anybody can enter
Memphis in May.
Memphis in
everybody
May
doesn't get
or
approved.
Smoke Slam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But no, everybody don't get accepted. I mean, they're not going to throw you to the wolves.
Right.
Right.
You know what
I
I mean?
can't show up with my little bitty.
Weber, yeah.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm ready. No, I
Right.
can't do that.
So what is it? Is it formal as far as like meet this criteria you can get in, or does it kind of change every year? Is it based on competition? How does that work?
You sort of got to be well known.
Okay. Okay.
Just anybody's not going to be, well, who do you cook with and what sanction you cook with. And
So you couldn't like start a team, let's just say whatever y'all's year rolls on. Say you can't start one this year and then win your way up and compete year one in Memphis and May?
oh, you could.
If you
possible, yeah.
won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, and lots of teams that's in Memphis and Smoke Slam, they get together like our team. We have during Memphis in May, we got a couple of other team members
Oh.
that from
So
other
y'all make an
teams.
all-star team.
Yeah, and we come and everybody does it, and it's we do not a draft, but I've got some good guys that helped me this year.
Yeah.
Some of the best. This year I had probably the best qualified team that we've ever had at Memphis in May.
Right.
I mean, everybody knew what they were doing. There was no some people that just was just standing there.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. We had a bunch of Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What let's break it down for people. Like, I'm pretty sure most people have, at least grilled, whether they smoked something or not. But not to do it competitively. And you talked about, starting out and running into a whole hog and then burning the outside, not cooking the inside. But what does it look like when you got an all-star team like that and you're ready to start cooking day one? What's prep like?
Yeah.
How are you assigning tasks to individuals? What's the breakdown, like the flow of everything?
Well, each team basically works off a timeline.
Okay.
Some people, some of them's timelines are smaller than others.
Especially for a whole hog.
Like,
'cause you're cooking it so long.
like on a bigger team, like our timeline starts a week before the contest. I start getting up early every morning when it's time for me to do something.
Right.
I start getting up at that time every morning.
That's wild.
Just to train.
Prepping, training the
You're going
body to
through
be
the
up
Rocky
at that
process.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
And the same as traveling. When you travel with the team and you pull up to a gas station, one guy gets out and checks the tires. One guy goes to the bathroom. One guy pumps gas. That guy
This
comes
is what I'm
back.
talking about.
He does
like a
it's
NASCAR
pit crew.
team.
Yeah.
And the same with
Almost.
changing tires. You have a flat, you change it in 3 minutes and you back on the road because everything's setting where it needs to be set and everybody's got a job and you do it. And it's just like that when you pull up to a site,
Mhm.
everybody puts your gloves on because you don't want to get your hand,
Right.
and everybody's got their job and you pull up and you park that trailer over there and Jim and John, they do this, you do this. I was the electrician on on Heath Riles' team.
Okay.
I got to go around and my job was when I pulled up on that job was to make sure that I had water lights,
to the trailer.
Yeah.
to the trailer. And
Okay.
then I went to washing dishes.
So you had 2 jobs.
Yeah.
If you finish
Yeah.
them, you get to wash dishes.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. So now when you're running your own team, what's the you're like your frame of mind? Are you managing people? Obviously, you're managing the cook, right? Like it's probably a lot of stuff, right, to
Right.
deal with.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but you sort of, you say, hey, this is what I want you to do. and
Right.
This is the times. Now, something I didn't tell you, my timeline and say Fireman John's timeline and this guy over here, we run the same timeline. So if something happens, I can look over there and say, hey, well, he's mopping his hog. I need to be mopping my hog.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
if he gets sick, I can take one of my team members and say, hey, go help John. And he can go over there and he'll know exactly what he's doing.
Okay.
Not me yet. I'm
Yeah,
not that involved yet.
You still dishwashing.
He's waiting for that dishwasher
Yeah,
promotion.
yeah.
So that's wild. So y'all help each other out in the middle of a
Oh,
competition?
I have went to a contest. Matter of fact, I took a fella about like Christian here that's never been to a major contest.
Uh-huh.
And we're on our way. And he said, now let me get this straight. We're driving to a contest. We have no hog. All we got's charcoal. I said, yeah. I said, Heath Riles is bringing me a hog. Michael Wayne from Diamond D is bringing, the charcoal. And we have something. And so when I get there, we all swap.
Barter almost.
Yeah.
He brought my hog. He's bringing my charcoal. I'm bringing something for them.
That's wild. And it'd be a competition.
I think
Yeah.
that was one of the biggest surprises to me because I am a competitive person.
Cutthroat.
Yeah.
You
And
go.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Sorry, Scotty, we left you hog at the house,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I didn't mean to do it, but
I'd be putting fires out.
Yeah.
I appreciate,
And I'm
We
like,
got
you don't
no
need
salt.
to tell everything. And he's like, well, I learned it from them.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
But it is a lot of camaraderie. There's a lot of smack
but on
talk
Saturday
too.
morning, it's different.
Okay, get into that. Let's get into
Yeah.
that. What's Saturday
Saturday morning,
Is that,
Game
that's
day.
the
everybody's
day?
not
Game
friends.
day.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Everybody,
So you were talking maybe more like Friday night prep time?
yeah,
Is that
Thursday
what
night, Friday
and
night, or
prep time?
whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, because people may not realize this is not a single day event.
Yeah,
Right.
so y'all
These are
usually
4
pull in Thursday night, cook Friday, Saturday, then judge
Get
Sunday.
ready. You get ready. Prep.
Right.
But you have to understand this year, Memphis in May, we started Memphis in May. What, the second weekend
Mhm.
of May?
Mm-hmm.
I started the 2 weeks before Thanksgiving getting ready.
God,
Yeah.
dog.
Okay.
For the world,
All right.
yeah.
Now we run practice runs. we do mock everything. We set
That's wild.
everything up.
That's
And
wild.
we run everything. We do everything. By the time of January, end of January, we already have our profile, what we want. You know,
Right.
we try to find out, you know, what kind of judges are going to be there. Are they from Georgia? Do I need to use more peach wood? Do I need to use,
So y'all are going
You
into the bush,
Yeah.
the weeds.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that because I've heard people talk about wine and getting like high ratings on their wine. It's actually Maynard from Tool.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at.
Well, a lot of the problem he
palate.
had, he was growing grapes and producing wine in Arizona, not historically a wine country, but the soil, right? All that stuff plays into what the original or the grape ends up becoming and what it tastes like in the wine.
Mhm.
But the people that judge the wines were not used to that. They're used to this type of flavor. So there was like a kind of like a getting to know each other kind of phase is how they describe
Yeah,
it.
right.
Kind of like what you're talking about.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the homework though, because with so many styles of barbecue, you do the research on the judges. You know, this Georgia judge has been eating this Georgia
Yeah.
barbecue
Right.
his entire
Yeah.
life. So I'm going to
Yeah.
put some Georgia twang
Yeah.
to make him like
That's
it even
right.
more.
Right. And the weather, you have to watch the weather. You have to watch your altitude, where you're cooking at. Water boils
Barometric
different.
pressure.
Yeah.
Water boils different down here than it does in Galax, Virginia.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, it boils at Galax, Virginia,
Quicker.
very quicker.
Yeah.
You know, it at 208 water boils.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. What damn. So Thanksgiving you start your prep. And I'm assuming you're doing the full cooks, like mock run throughs of all the different styles.
not all at one time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just start ordering stuff, getting stuff prepped.
Going
know,
over your
go-
list, making another
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
And then I think y'all cooked 2 this year to get ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So practice hogs.
Mhm.
practice hog.
Yeah.
What's the breakdown? I know the competitions that we're familiar with, it's multiple meats. How does it break down? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's ribs, there's brisket, there's pulled pork, there's different, categories. Is that how they do it in Memphis in May? Can you pick them all or only
Oh, no,
one?
you can only do one category at Memphis in May.
Damn.
You're
Now.
all in.
Wow.
All in
all
on
right,
one.
You got to do one, but now you can do any of the ancillaries. You can do chicken wings, exotic, beef, steak, seafood.
So any other
What are
Yeah.
the
What was
big
that, the one?
what are the big categories that you can only choose one out of? What are those categories?
Hog, shoulder, and ribs.
Hog, whole hog,
Uh-huh.
a shoulder,
shoulder,
and ribs.
ribs.
Okay.
Shoulder be pulled pork.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. And then is why I pick one or the other because I'm good at this? Is there more prestige to winning one of those categories over the other?
It's preference. Some of them swap up and go from one to the other.
Yeah.
I'm a whole hog cooker.
Okay.
And
When you
that's-
say
I
swap up,
think
you mean
that's-
different years? Like this
Yeah,
year I
right,
did this,
like-
next year I'm gonna do
like
that.
this
Okay.
year, Heath Riles won ribs.
And Gran did.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Gran did. He won the whole thing. The rumor has it that he's going to do a different category next year.
Okay.
So he
Yeah, he's got a bad
already
left-handed.
won.
He got a bad
I already
left-handed.
won the Super Bowl. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any given day, he can win all of them.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah.
But he'll do shoulder or ribs this year. I think, but I'm not going to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be prestigious. It's the World Championship, and you walk
Yeah.
across stage. You win Memphis in May. That's a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And then the next year, you start prepping for the next
Right.
year. Yeah.
Somebody asked me, they said, "What do you?" Well, congratulations, you're in the top 5 hog cookers in the world. What's next? And I said, "There's not
4th, 3rd, 2nd.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Four people ahead of
That's
us.
what I'm trying to get to next.
There's no other contest. That's the world.
Yeah.
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 And when you say the world, like where is everybody coming from to compete in
The
Memphis in May?
world.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I really
we
didn't.
I got friends from all over New Zealand,
Really?
Really?
Jeffries and them. They're from Germany, France,
Okay.
Canada.
This year was a lot of people from
Ron-
Korea.
Matter of fact,
was-
our buddy in Canada is watching probably. And
Mhm.
I invited him, so you should have some. See, I don't know if you're getting Facebook
Yeah. Notifications.
notifications.
Yeah. How does that work? Did they leave their stuff, the trailers, the smokers, and all that stuff here, and then fly in, or how does that
They
work?
rent stuff when they
Yeah.
get here. How does that work?
Most of the times, like they'll come and be a part of American team.
Okay.
And O'Hickory will supply you a smoker. If you're
If you qualify.
worthy. if
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
worthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I was going to ask, is there any completely not American teams, like a completely Canadian team or New Zealand team, and how do we stack up against the other?
Oh,
America needs to win everything.
what was that team?
That's right.
We cooked with over,
Like the dream team.
Right,
Yeah. How are we doing? How are we doing with that?
We cooked. We had a next door neighbor in 2022. They were from El Salvador.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
They had a stripper pole.
Nice. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah. They didn't care if what the hog looked like, or they just come to
They
party.
partied, and we
So
were
like y'all on your on the first one, not
Yeah.
the baby, your first competition, like
right,
you.
right.
Yeah.
And they come, and like every year they either come in last or before, and when they do,
but
they
they have had the best
celebrate.
time.
care.
They
Yes.
celebrate and have
Yes.
just as good as time as we did.
Yeah.
So it's like us
Right.
in the Neptune golf.
Correct.
Yeah.
We
Correct.
finished
Dead
dead last.
So you
Literally
had
dead
the best
last,
time.
and we had the
100%.
best time on the
100%.
whole entire
100%.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a
Yeah.
good time.
Talk to us about your choice of charcoal, wood. I know you got a couple of your seasonings out here. What do you usually prefer for the whole hog?
Yeah, like Joey's saying too. You said you got that $5,000 smoker, and I'm assuming you've upgraded since then. What style of smoker are you using?
I have two. I have a backwoods, the original one.
Okay.
And I use old hickory.
Okay.
I cook on old hickory pits. I have
So at Memphis, we cook 2 hogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
2
So
hogs.
we actually,
And 2 different smokers?
2 different
Yeah.
smokers.
Ah,
And we present them at the same time, and they look identical.
really?
When we
So you got them dialed in.
oh yeah, when they open the doors, it's 2 hogs. We even decorate them till they look mirror image.
Why you do that? Are you entering both of them in? That's allowed, or was one a backup in case one gets burnt or something?
Well, one to show that I can cook 2 hogs perfect.
Okay. All right, I like that.
Because
I like
the
that.
art of whole
Yeah.
hog really is you've got to protect that loin
Uh-huh.
and keep it moist right in the center, and still render the fat
Right.
out of the shoulder.
Right.
So there's a real art to cooking whole hog.
Mhm.
So one side of the hog, and there's tricks to it. You rotate it, and you, like, for instance, one hog is a few degrees behind this one. On the left-hand side, it's real behind because that's going to be the final side.
Right.
And this side over here is going to be done from my box. So
Blind
the hog,
box.
you cook them, in whole.
Yeah.
But when you pull that meat, not all that meat is perfectly done at the same time.
Right.
Now, that was my next question I was going to ask. How do you know what the judge is going to take a bite out of a whole hog?
You're going to hand it to them.
Okay, so you know
Okay.
where you get
Yeah.
you get to choose where
Right.
you
You
get
get
that
to choose,
from.
yeah.
Okay.
If I pull a piece of meat out and I lay it down for the judge, and I back up and I say, I can pick that back up and say, let me hand you another piece because I don't think that's good enough for you.
Okay.
Throw it away and get another piece and put it there. As long as they don't touch it,
Right.
they can't judge it.
Okay.
All right.
So-
Okay. How do you determine? Okay, so that kind of makes a little more sense to me. So if you got 2 hogs up there, because I was wondering, like, I thought you had to like turn it into them, the whole hog. You're saying you can look at both of those hogs and like, I think this hog's a little bit better on this.
Cherry
spot.
pick it.
Cherry pick
Yeah.
it yourself.
Right.
Okay.
But now you do build a blind box and turn it into the blind judges.
And you have 3 meats in there.
And you have the loin, the shoulder, and the ham.
Okay.
And you pick them out and, take care of them.
Okay.
Make them real happy.
Right.
Make them where a crackhead would really like them. But anyway, make them super, super good.
Right.
And then you turn that into the judges, and those judges are blind. Then you have 3 other judges, one at a time, come, and you present to them and show them your hogs and,
Yeah.
and feed them. Then if you final, you have 4 more judges that comes
Wow.
All
back
at once.
at once,
Mhm.
and that's the final judges, and you get to pull the meat that
Yeah.
you want.
But
What's your go-to? Do you go front shoulder, mid, back? Like, what do you usually go? It just depends on what cooked the best.
Oh well, like for instance,
You don't want to tell any secrets.
no, like on the shoulder, there's 6 muscles in that shoulder that I pull out.
Right.
I know where they at, and I know how to get to them. And if you cook that shoulder just right, and if you mash it, if you take that shoulder, now I'm talking about not on the whole hog, but you can basically do the same way. You can take that shoulder, and if it's cooked perfectly, you can sort of like that to it,
Mhm.
and reach in there and you can pull them pearls and you can pull them muscles out.
Mhm.
It's almost like cracking an egg, and you
Yeah.
can pull those out. But you got to know what you're doing.
And that's the money right there. That's the one
Right.
you're going for.
Damn,
Right.
damn.
Yeah.
Going back to the judges though, is it an average between the ones that look at you or face to face and then the blind before you get to the finals? It's an average of their votes.
Right.
I guess that keeps out any kind of like favoritism or anything.
Mhm.
Would that be the case? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And they always drop the lowest score
Okay.
Huh.
just to keep things super fair too.
So
yeah.
not
So
one
the
person
lowest
can't
one,
tank
one
you or
person
something.
can't lowball you. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's super fair.
You got a curve.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
grilling on a curve.
that's
Right.
right.
Smoking on a curve.
Right. Some don't see, some do. You got to sell your product to those on-site judges.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it? You mentioned like, you're looking at that piece of meat, but is it presentation of how the meat looks or how you served it to them, or is it bare bones when it comes to all that? You know what I'm talking about? 'Cause
Yeah.
I got a
Do
feeling
y'all
you're-
doll it up?
Texture,
When you serve
yeah.
it to them, do y'all
do
doll
you use
it
a
up
fancy
and all that
plate?
stuff?
Do you know what I mean? Or is that the stuff you can't talk
No,
about?
I mean we doll it up. We
Yeah,
make it-
yeah.
we season with different things on different sides of the meat to
Okay.
touch the palate in your mouth.
That's what I'm
Oh,
getting at.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
getting
You
at.
know,
And
The
they
trick
say
to the
you
trade.
eat with your eyes first, too.
Right.
So I'm sure
right.
how the meat looks or
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Presentation
Well,
counts.
yeah.
I always thought my daughter was weird, but she eats pizza upside down. And if you think about it, we put the crust in our mouth and taste it. She takes the toppings first. I'm kind of like, well,
Maybe she's
maybe
onto something.
we're on to something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we've been eating pizza wrong our entire life.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you put different things on different. You put something real sweet on one side and something a little hot on the other side.
Okay.
You know,
And so what year was it? How many years had you competed before you placed?
one.
Oh, so
Okay.
so you competed one year, didn't place, and then the next year you competed and placed?
We placed every year since.
Okay. Okay.
And we talk placement. Is it 1 through 10, 1 through
In
20?
the top 10.
Top 10
is
walks
where
the
you want to
stage.
be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we walked the stage 4 out of 5 times.
Mhm.
Sweet. I bet
Nice.
that's cool, huh?
Nice.
Mhm.
What's that feeling like?
Oh, this year was really, really special because we really didn't think that we were going to be in that category.
Mm-hmm.
And
The wind blew
Yeah.
60 miles an hour that
it was,
weekend.
watch our YouTube.
Yeah.
They had to
It
tear
is,
everything down one
yeah.
day because of the weather.
Yeah,
It was-
Friday we were getting 50, 60 mile an hour winds with 1 inch
Sweet.
hail,
Yeah.
Wow.
and we had to break everything down in the middle of our cook.
And
Yeah.
do what? Get out of there?
Hide.
Yeah.
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 But it didn't come. So
missed us.
It missed
Totally-
us. So
totally
we
missed us.
put everything back up and
Wow.
continued cooking.
But that
Yeah.
does affect the
Yeah.
smoker.
I
Oh,
bet.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
got to put, 'cause, I mean, you're smoking these for 24, 36, 48 hours. What's
Yeah.
usually the time on that?
18 to 24.
Okay.
So-
18 to 24.
and,
yeah.
and like big meats, anything over 20 pounds, 16 pounds, y'all are fishermen. When the barometric pressure falls, it makes the fish
Go crazy.
right.
Yeah.
Why? Because it pushes on them.
Right.
And they use the restroom,
Mhm.
and a fish, it knows how to use the bathroom and eat.
Yeah, that's all it does.
Yeah.
That's all
In
it
and out,
does.
in and out, in and out. in
Okay,
and out.
so that when the barometric pressure falls, it pushes in on him. He uses the bathroom. He eats.
Right,
You catch
right.
the fish.
Right.
When that storm's coming, it retains it puts pressure on that hog.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It holds that moisture in
Gotcha.
and won't let it come out. And if the storm is fast moving and it goes past, what's it do? It draws it out real fast, and you done messed your meat up. So
Damn.
you.
a lot of variables in that.
You
Yeah.
gotta play the weather
No,
as well.
That's right.
You have
Yeah.
a weather station, and you watch the weather a week ahead of time. You start
Dialing it in.
dialing it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey asked a second ago though. So these are offset smokers. Is that what you're using, or what style of smoker? And what are you cooking on? What are
Okay.
you burning?
All right, the backwoods, it's a water smoker. It has 35 gallons of water in it. The heat's in the bottom. It's the pan
Okay.
with the charcoal and wood.
Okay.
The sides are hollow. The smoke and the heat comes up and comes down on the product.
Okay.
It also heats that water and it steams.
Give you a little moisture in
Uh-huh.
there, right? Help
Right.
keep stuff in,
All
not
right.
dry it out.
And not only that, it keeps it consistent. the whole, that water makes everything cook the same.
Yeah, and those smokers have about an inch and a half of insulation too.
Yeah,
So
they
it
can
holds heat.
Yeah.
they can get hot. But when smoking, especially a whole hog, you always heard low and slow.
Mhm.
Is that's what y'all 250, 300? I don't want to give any secrets away, but y'all are low, right?
For some reason, I'm 269.
Okay.
And I've been that for 20 years.
It's just how it works
it's just
out.
my
Huh?
number.
Yeah, there
But
it is. Yeah.
anyway, and so when it comes down on it, and then the steam comes up, the exhaust pipes are at water level, and it causes it to natural convect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Mike at Backwoods, which he says that it has to rain a foot an hour in 100-mile-an-hour wind to affect one of those smokers.
Well,
Damn.
good thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
we would need an arc.
Yeah.
That was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I could plan a
According to
fishing
his
trip.
test and
Yeah.
whatever the research they did. The other is a backwoods. I'm sorry, Old Hickory.
Yeah.
And those are dry smokers.
Okay.
They don't do with water.
Right.
And it's a convection. It has convection fans. And it convects.
Okay.
Dry heat.
But you spritz that to keep it wet, or how do you
We mop them.
supplement the moisture
We
from the
mop-
other one?
mop
Yeah,
'em
mop
up.
them up.
We mop them both, but it just when you start cooking on it, it cooks a little bit faster,
Right.
and of course it's drier,
Yeah.
so you just have to watch.
So are we running everything? You mentioned, this is all a team effort. Are we running these things? I'm thinking like of an NFL team, like where you got your play calling sheet, and you're like, all right, next 15 minutes we're mopping again, and everything's on checklists and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
it's but you put it on. We it starts in the morning. The hog goes in the pit at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And it sits there to 1 o'clock. You light the pit. It takes 4 hours for it to catch up on the backwoods.
Mhm.
Okay. Once it gets to temp, all your seasonings has started melting into your hog,
Mhm.
and then you start mopping. And what you want to do, you're trying to make a bark.
Yep.
Mhm.
Right.
People say,
right.
"Well, that's bark." Well, no, that's burnt. What you got?
Yeah.
My bark tastes
Tastes
like
good.
Yeah.
it tastes like candy.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
If
right.
I scrub it, it's like scrubbing a burn off of somebody,
Mhm.
and you keep it moist and burnt,
Right. Right.
and you build that up. And when you do that, it don't look. It sort of looks like just brown like wax or something.
Mhm.
And then after you glaze it and take care of it, it makes it shine and perk, and
Mhm.
it tastes like candy. This buttery pecan right here, between that and this one right here, will make a brisket or a hog.
Yeah.
It caramelizes, and it's almost like taffy candy.
Yeah, yeah.
You pull it
Yeah.
apart.
I know
it's-
the only thing I can relate that to that I know exactly what you're talking about is having done wings and then coating wings with any kind. And this is a way lower level than what you're doing, but like coating the wings right before I took them off, 30 minutes ish, with a real sugary, which all barbecue sauces pretty much
Right.
have sugar in them, but you let them stay under that heat with that, and it turns into like a candy apple kind of outside,
Right.
right?
Yeah. We're cooking our wings Saturday in a pizza oven.
Okay.
Yeah, we're smoking them in a low hickory, and we're pulling them out, getting them temp, room temperature,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're dipping them, and we're at 900 degrees for 90
So
seconds.
you want
Yeah.
coat that on there quick.
And
Yeah.
then you pull it out.
Almost like a flash fry.
Once I started smoking wings on my little smoker out here that I got, I was like, I'll never cook them any other way
Mhm.
unless I just don't have time, because they taste 20 times better.
Oh,
It's not even comparison.
Yeah.
No comparison.
Yeah.
It makes you see Jesus.
Oh, but you bring that up because smoking takes time.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to go smoke a brisket. You're not going to smoke ribs. You're not going to do it. If you got an hour and a half, you're not smoking anything, right? So what do y'all do in the lull of the time of y'all smoking?
Well, we used to drink whiskey and play music.
It's funny he asked that question
Yeah.
because that's what I was getting at earlier too. Like with the play calling sheet, it's like at your level, it ain't no more like the hog's on. Let's go get a bourbon. Let's sit here watch the football game. Oh shit! When did we
Yeah.
check it last?
It's
like
work. Yeah,
this
it's
is like
work.
science, right?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't invest $15,000 to go cook a hog.
It burned it because you was watching the Saints play.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now visitors that come to party with you, they think that.
That's what I would think. When
Yeah, and they're trying to keep you up all night. You're like, hey, I gotta go.
Yeah.
But you got to have somebody, man or woman, it all night, right, to watch the heat.
Well, the old hickories, well, we can control them from the hotel
Phone,
room.
yeah. Oh, so
Damn.
y'all go and say, all right, here we go. As long as we got internet, we can run them.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. So at what point do you, after having competed, you said you've won 4 out of 5 years, right? Do you branch off into your own seasoning? Now, I get it that there's you're fine. There's no better stamp of approval on any type of barbecue product, no matter what it is, than being a Memphis in May winner. So it's a natural progression. But when did that come about?
Well, when we started doing this, there was not nobody else on the market, many. I mean, there was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And now there's hundreds.
Yeah. Everybody's got
Everybody's got their
one,
own sauce seasoning. Yeah.
And we had a basement in our house, and I ordered all these spices by the pound and had them in jars.
Okay.
And so when I was developing these two right here, I did in my basement at the house.
Sweet.
Or out of the basement into a big commercial type kitchen. And when I would do it, each jar was numbered, and we'd have to weigh everything. You weigh everything instead of measure.
Okay.
I used to do some of the whole hog presentation at one time, and I would say, I literally don't know what's in it, because he would tell me to go and get a tablespoon of jar 3.
Gotcha.
And I would go get it and bring it up, and then he would grind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was one of the decoys, maybe, or you just put it out there and be like, I might be using this, I might not.
Well, it's easier, and that's what you do. Is like to make this sauce. You start with you get a small little eye in a pot. And when you start testing, and you do everything, and it's got a scale on it, and you just weigh it in there, and you keep numbers, and then you drink it, and then you throw it out, and then you drink it. And
I used to say we've thrown away enough barbecue sauce we could have swam in it.
Right.
That's not far from the
Could have floated a
truth.
battleship around.
Realistically, what's the failure rate? How many times did you make something and throw it out before you got
Oh, my
sick?
goodness.
let's just say probably 3 years worth of throwing it
Yeah.
out.
So a
Yeah.
lot.
Damn.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad, but it wasn't this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And my original sauce was actually this is a creamy and thicker.
Okay.
The other sauce, which was the same thing except it was thinner,
Right.
I made it like that so you could go to a contest and add, like, peach preserves or
To thicken it up.
or thicken it up the way
Right.
you wanted it.
Right.
But after getting into this market in the public don't do that.
Right.
Right.
And so they won't, so that's why we come up with the thicker and smoother.
Yeah.
And so now when you put it on there and you rake your rubber brush across and it leaves little lines, that's how you can tell that it's going on perfectly.
We're programmed. I don't know why we're programmed, but we're used to seeing the KC masterpiece on the commercial. You know what I'm saying? That's what 90% of the people who don't grill go by. It's just the old school way of thinking of, this is a thick barbecue sauce. It's supposed to taste like this. And we still do the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
again.
It's kind of like with the ribs, right? People that don't compete think that the ribs supposed to fall off the bone. And that's the opposite of what a competition rib's supposed to be.
And this weekend, that's what we're going to be cooking, is fall off the bone ribs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's
different
judged by
sanctioning body.
just
the
random
public.
people.
Okay.
They pull judges from the
Okay.
crowd, and
So that's your angle. You're like,
You're
this
playing
is not,
the field.
this isn't. Yeah, exactly. You're playing to the person you know is going to be judging. They're not professional judges, so
Right.
it's like, hell, let's make it fall off the bone.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend for me, now this organization, the Rib Cook-Off Association, has been around a few years, and it's the fastest growing sport in barbecue. I mean, it's blowing.
they have competitions overseas. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I mean,
Really?
I spoke to the owner at Memphis in May.
Right.
And she was cooking steak next door, or helping cook steak or something with the guy that was next door, and I told her I wanted to check it out because I'd like to bring it into our hometown.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
And so that's why I'm down here, is to sort of explore this competition and see how it plays
Okay.
out and see.
Now you say it's the fastest growing in cooking in barbecue. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, $125 or whatever, and 4 hours you can go, you know, in a tent and a cooler, and you and you and
Yep.
you and you
Yeah,
Can do
can
it.
go
Right.
do it.
That you answered my question before I asked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and
why is it growing? Why is it so
Yeah.
popular?
You ain't gotta
Accessibility.
have the, you know, a $90,000 truck or a $50,000 trailer,
Yeah.
2,500.
You
ain't
get a
gotta-
bum drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of
Yeah,
guys cooking
yeah.
off those drums. this
Yeah,
year.
I cook
Yeah,
off them all the
drums.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, a drum or a hasty bake will win this weekend.
Okay.
Really.
That was what I liked about the bigger competitions. Not that, I've been to Memphis in May, but it was 2003, and I was there for the music.
That's what they have.
Yeah.
You,
And
yeah,
not,
yeah,
not for the
bands, right.
not for the cooking aspect of it. I didn't really appreciate it then, but I like the ones that we've had around here, Pascagoula Men's Club, when they do their
Right.
thing, it's like they have the pros and the Joes, whatever name they
Yeah,
come up
Cooking the
with.
Coast last year had
yeah.
the pros and the
Yeah.
Correct.
backyard
I
guys.
love that.
Yeah.
I love
Mhm.
the difference between the big rig setups, and you can
Mhm.
tell kind of like you, the guys take it serious. They're
Yeah.
very methodical, and then you got the
We
other
just over here
guys
trying to
over-
drink.
Yeah, they got like a Weber, and they
Yeah.
don't, it varies. It's all on a spectrum there,
They have patio, you know, series
division or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's a little bit less than the pros. But I'm gonna tell you, there's a lots of the patio people that kick a pro's butt.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
great
what I'm saying.
cooks.
And sometimes
Anybody can kick anybody. I mean, it's not, because you've been there don't mean you're gonna stay.
that's right. That's right.
We judged a competition up in Philadelphia about a month ago, and one of the guys there has probably cooked one of the best ribs I ever had.
Really.
Yeah, it was just crazy how good it
Yeah.
was.
What
The chicken,
about
too.
it? What was so good?
Just,
was it
I mean,
the texture of the meat? Obviously the flavor, but like
It
what-
was basically a competition rib.
okay.
And this was just a fundraiser deal that local construction company put on. And
Some guy in his
showed up,
backyard.
he-
huh?
Mhm.
he had
Savant, a savant.
yeah,
down
he
there.
had his cooking trailer, and I mean they cooked on those drums, but man, he had a lot of flavor in his stuff.
Okay.
I love the
Matter of fact,
drums.
he'll be at this contest.
Going back to your rubs and stuff. So when you're trying to come up, when you're in the lab and you're trying to come up with these flavors, is it just a matter of mixing ingredients, putting it together, different spices, then tasting it by itself, and then putting it on a piece of meat? Like what you know what I mean? Does it have to go onto the meat for you to know whether it's going to be good or not?
I'm gonna say, let's just say 80% of all rubs out there, and I may be wrong on these numbers, but they make them so you can smell them and taste them.
Right.
And hey, man, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Where this one right here, it's gonna stick with you.
Okay.
I mean, it's got it's gonna stay to the end of the cook.
Right.
Okay.
It's got everything in it that you want. The seasoning, the seasonings in here have went through different sizes.
Mhm.
So chipotle is your color in your barbecue.
Right.
Paprika, that's your color.
Mhm.
And then like your garlic, I got two different size grains of garlic in here. One goes way deep down in the meat, and one don't melt as fast. It
Right.
go down.
Stays
Yeah.
on top.
And the pepper, it goes on. The salt, two different kinds of sodium
Right.
that goes in it. And so this one right here, it really sticks with it. Now, the banjo dust, it started out as a steak rub, and
It looks like a steak rub. Yeah.
Mhm.
salt, pepper, and garlic.
Right.
But we added a bone marrow, and we added marbling. And see, I couldn't get that. I had to go to the lab at
Dry bone marrow. Wow, I didn't even know how do you do that.
Well, I don't know that.
Science.
I didn't even know that was
Science.
possible.
There you
Yeah.
But they, you go to the lab
Right.
to do that, and they let you. I've bought enough and a good enough customer.
Yeah. You
they,
bulked it up.
yeah,
It'll
they-
turn a bad
yeah.
steak good.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt.
Oh,
But
crap.
that's all I put on
Yeah.
my red meats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Jared didn't even get to comment.
I did. I had it on a different. I had it on a different screen. I apologize, everybody in the chat here. I wasn't looking. We got a few that are asking some questions here. So let me scroll back up real quick. I saw one.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bunch of comments, but so Nick Crocker, our buddy Nick from the Butcher on Tucker, he wants to know what's the temperature for a whole hog, which I think you said 269 is where you like to run
cooking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he means internal temperature on the meat.
You want your loin at 141.
Okay.
And you want your ham at say 190. Your shoulder about 190, and then if you get your ham to 187, you're good.
Okay.
But the thing is, when I cook a hog, I'm concentrating on that loin.
That's your go-to.
Once I get that loin to my temperature, the rest of the hog will be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't probe anymore.
Yeah.
Really?
He just feels of it now.
Yeah. You like the medium rare.
Yeah.
I can basically tell you before. I mean, I can just look at it, and I can walk up. I can smell it.
Really?
He years ago, I was a big guru guy, and I had
all the tech,
all the stuff,
yeah,
all that, and Heath. I was cooking with Heath, and he was like, "Man, throw that in the garbage, and I'm going to teach you how to cook, with just your fingers, and your nose, and your eyes."
I think that's with anything that people get good at, like from going from a novice that doesn't know anything to like an expert. You start out, I don't know anything. Well, I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. All the tech and all the stuff you can get, all the gear, and then all of a sudden you get to like the mountaintop, and you're like, I don't need any shit. I just I just do it.
That's it. And that's how it is. And the only thing we use when Jeffrey, a good friend of mine that cooks with me at Memphis, he come in there and said, "Man, this hog, I think it's done." I walked around there. I took my thermal pen, opened it up. I didn't even look at it. I just went through the hog like that.
No.
I said, "Yep, it's
done."
It's
good. It was done.
It's done.
So you smelled it from?
Yeah. I'm walking up.
Yeah.
I could smell it.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep
Next
into it right there.
The next time you cook, a big piece of meat, stop about 5-10 foot before you get to that when it's done, and smell. Just stop and just smell what it smells like. It's distinctive that
all that fat rendered, I guess.
Right. Something is done and something's not done.
Okay, damn, I love it. Where can people get these rubs that we're talking about here? Because I love hearing you explain everything, because there's a lot of science in that jar. A lot of experience, a lot of time, right? It ain't just a label.
On 3 years on that sauce, right?
Yeah. And a lot of cooks, a lot of different stuff. So just let him do all the work for you, and you just buy the product, right? It's like, I know what I'm doing. You just sprinkle it on the meat.
So,
where's it all at?
So locally right now, Butcher on Tucker carries it.
Okay.
Where we're going tomorrow to get our ribs.
Okay.
We love those guys. Sean and those guys are great. They treat me good.
Yeah.
I also sell it through my little business I started, Southern Sauce or Southern Spice and Sauce.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook. Anybody can reach out to me.
So you're kind of like the Southern rep. You're kind of like their rep. Yeah.
And I'm trying to get it into other places. It's just a matter of getting people to take it on.
And we've got a website, pickinandgrillin.com. And then we're in a lot of local areas around central Mississippi, Louisiana.
Right. So y'all trying to come down here. We're trying to get it all.
We're trying to get it down here. That's right.
I understand that. That's awesome. We went through these two, right? Did you tell us all about the whole thing? Yeah. Go through all three.
Sweet butter pecan. I don't think you're talking about that.
Sweet butter pecan. It's like, if you look at it, and like this bottle right here. Right. You can have this done in any kind of color you want. When this material, I can look at it and tell that this jar right here is probably 2 months old.
Okay.
After it's about 3 months old, it'll be brown and look just like a pecan.
The husk?
Yeah, the husk.
Yeah.
And that's the color I pick for it.
Okay.
And it has it's buttery, and it has popcorn butter in it.
Yeah, and you said you put it in your popcorn.
Yeah.
It tastes delicious, right?
Yeah. And you can also take this and butter and pecans, like at Christmas time. Right. Saute your pecans, and then put this on it.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
Sounds
have that
delicious.
recipe on our website too.
Yeah.
And when you use it on like long cooks, like
Mhm.
briskets and stuff,
Right.
it'll caramelize into like candy.
So
It's great
that'll be
for
mark right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sweet. That's one thing you brought up. I've done a couple of rib cook-offs to where you said it sticks with you. I put seasoning on 2 ribs and when you check them out, they taste exactly the same. You know, I couldn't tell what was on there or what wasn't on there, but
Right.
the sticking with you makes a whole lot of sense for sure.
Yeah.
What's the other one you got here? You got
That's the all-purpose.
We talked to all-purpose.
Yeah, the all-purpose, and it's basically all-purpose.
So that's on anything. That's
Yeah.
pasta,
Right.
shrimp, anything you want to do with seafood.
Now, this one actually is real good with sautéed shrimp.
Right.
You know, all
Vegetables.
Mm.
Yeah.
We grill vegetables with that one. Yeah.
yep, pretty much. The banjo dust is a base layer.
Right.
You'd want to put it on first, and then you put the all-purpose.
On
That's
top
where you
of
get
it.
your color.
Yeah.
And those two are going to stick with you on your long cooks and stuff.
Right.
But this one right here is for your short cooks, like chicken wings. Cooks, put
Right.
it on it, and it caramelizes
Just-
in there.
Yeah.
That makes me think of a question here because I kind of take that for granted. What you're talking about when you let's talk about a pork shoulder. All right, typically 6 to 8 hours would you say is fair for a pulled pork?
Yeah.
Depending on size.
Yeah, 10 hours.
Okay. So, but like I always do it where I season it to begin with, as much as I can, but I don't know that I necessarily have a time frame where I redo it throughout the cook. What can you walk us through that? Whether you should or when?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Once, especially if you're mopping or something.
And I don't do that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a very, very
Do you
non-
use a binder,
like a mustard.
mustard or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So mustard,
Hot sauce.
hot sauce.
Yeah,
Oh.
tiger sauce.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Mustard.
Okay.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah. Close.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think anybody
we'll
can
check
say
your
it.
spelling. Yeah. We'll check your spelling.
Wickers.
But so
Wickers seasoning.
Worcestershires.
Wickers
okay.
is what we use.
Okay.
It's a product now made in Mississippi, and it's a good binder.
Okay.
Right.
And it's a marinade too. I mean, it does real good.
But what about for the reapplication of the seasoning? Can like on a pork shoulder? Mopping and if you're mopping it and if you're not mopping it, how would that go throughout the cook?
Well, you just like at the end of cooking vegetable, like my mom would cook vegetables. At the end, she may put a little something on the end.
Same
You know,
thing.
you just re-season it at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, usually like when I pull the pork butt, I'm putting some more stuff in it just to get that flavor all the way through.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are
One
we
of
trying to
the-
give it time under heat to let that seasoning break down at all, or does it matter? Do you want that dust look on it whenever
You
you
want
serve
that
it?
dust look on
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And that's something like if you're doing a pulled pork or a box,
Right.
You know,
Blind
like
box. Yeah.
no, not a blind box, but like a half pan you're going to break to family reunion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you pull that meat, you take about a half a cup of apple juice
Right.
and some of this buttery pecan and put it on it and toss it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just makes it pop.
Yeah. A lot of
I've
people
never
do
done
the apple juice spritz.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Throughout the cook. Now I have
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that. I have done that before.
Yeah.
But they're going to make you cook that every time then for the family reunion. So
That's
you got to be
right.
ready.
Yeah, yeah,
You got to be
yeah,
ready
yeah.
for the
So
responsibility.
you got to
that
be
comes with
ready
that.
for
That's
that.
right.
Oh, who are we
demand.
getting for food? I don't know.
Well, I dropped the link to y'all's Facebook page, your Facebook page, and then also your website in the comments below. People can
Perfect.
click right there. Just for my sake, one more time, tell me where we can get this. I know you said Butcher on Tucker.
Butcher on Tucker, and then they can reach out to me on Facebook at Southern Spice and Sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has all my contact info.
Okay. So no purchasing directly from your website? Is it?
Yeah.
They can, yeah.
Can too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Or
yes, we
get
have
from
a
your
website.
Is that
Okay.
where y'all sell them in those small ones?
Everything comes. Yeah,
You can buy.
so I can do-
whatever you want.
I can do wholesale distribution,
Right.
a case at a time. 12 shakers come in a case.
Okay.
And
Like a
that's-
restaurant. Who
Yeah,
wants to-
like a restaurant, grocery stores.
Right.
That's how I set it up with Butcher on Tucker.
Okay.
and then they can buy just singles from me. I sell the shakers for 10 a piece and the barbecue sauce for 9. And then usually if they want to buy all 4, I'll usually
cut them a little deal.
deal.
And our
I like it.
website has some of our other retail locations listed on there as
Yeah,
well.
find it there.
Sure does, yeah.
Okay.
Most is North Mississippi or
Well,
Central
Yeah,
Mississippi.
Central
yeah.
Mississippi. I think
Louisiana.
there's some
Yeah,
in
some
like
in
Mandeville,
Louisiana.
Covington area.
Mhm.
Yeah. What about these shirts y'all got on? Y'all sell merch on that
Yeah.
website?
We do.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, we've got some T-shirts and
Yeah, go to the
yeah,
website, check it out.
Okay.
yeah, some tumblers and yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Real quick, we've touched on it a little bit, but y'all are down here, you said, for a specific reason in the competition this week. Can you just give us a little brief overview?
It's an
on that?
email.
Like, yeah. Just the competition you're doing this weekend.
Yeah.
The Rib Rumble.
The rib. Yeah.
At the shed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shed. Brad and them are putting this on. Great hospitality people.
Okay.
And it's they usually do a steak cook off like in the winter.
Yep.
Right.
And so now they're starting a rib cook off.
And
With
that's what y'all
RCA,
doing.
yeah.
Okay.
Rib cook-off.
And do you
session.
know, like, people, if they want to go and just watch, they can show up, and then can you taste the product and
Well,
stuff like that?
in the rules it says to have enough ribs and stuff for people that wants to sample.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
we've got we'll have extra samples for people to come back
Okay.
and
Right.
try.
That was always my question with if you cook 2 hogs and you take off this much of it, where's the rest of the hog go? You know what I'm saying? Where does that go? Where's all the rest of it go?
In bags, and then I cater with it.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. That makes
Nice.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, before we used to do catering though, we would usually look for a place to donate
Donate
some
it
of the
to.
meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like food pantry.
Yeah,
stuff like
whatever,
that. Any of
whatever.
that stuff.
Yeah, soup kitchens.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
cool.
Well, man, we really appreciate y'all stopping by. It was a great
Thank you.
conversation. Now, I'm not good at it like you are, but we love to do that
We
kind of stuff.
tiptoe.
Yeah, tinker around the
Yeah.
house. With it. So, and anytime there's music and barbecue and a competition like that, we love to get it because those
Yeah.
are just fun. Those are
Right.
fun. But what about the music? You still doing the music stuff?
I play at church. and,
Okay.
I go to Delta some.
Uh-huh. When it's in your soul, you can't get rid
That's
of it.
right.
You can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your style? Are you a little bluesy? A little country?
See, that's why I was telling somebody at the park earlier. I may go in and pick up my harmonica to work on some blues stuff,
Right.
and before I walk out, I'm playing banjo.
Yeah.
Ah.
You like the banjo?
So you're a jack of all trades.
Yeah,
huh?
I've been
Stand-up
playing-
bass,
I've
yeah.
been playing for over 40 years, so I play all string instruments.
There we go.
You said you saw us O'Dozzy.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just pulled that guitar out. I mean, it had rust on the strings.
Really?
And I said, hey, I think I'm going to do this. And I went in there and got an amp and turned it on, and I run through it one time. And about 10 minutes later, I said, all right, let's come in here and do it.
Do it.
And she done it.
Yeah.
The next day, my hand's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good.
I can only
Yeah.
imagine sitting there in Memphis about 12 a.m. and hearing and jamming out, man. It's killer.
I was
Yep.
around a stripper pole.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for stopping by. Y'all go
Yeah,
this
thank
weekend. You
y'all.
said it's Saturday. Is it
Saturday.
This Saturday? So that's what, 7, 8, 9, August 9th,
Yeah.
Well,
right? At the shed over on
Yeah, I got the
57.
flyer.
We'll
Yeah,
also
yeah.
be down cooking, smoking the coast at the Harris Great Lawn on October 31st.
Yes.
Yeah.
November 1st. We'll be doing whole hog as well.
Oh, y'all going to be competing in that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. So
Come
we'll be
down.
there, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, come
Yeah.
down and
Come
be part
by.
of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. we
Order
love-
your shirt online and come
Come
on.
just
I
show
got
up.
a- I got
Here
a
to work,
local-
sir. Where's the dishes?
I got
Yeah.
a local guy that can make them too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. I like it. Well, yeah, y'all go check them out this Saturday at the Shed Barbecue. Hang out.
What time's the, I want to say weigh in, but what time's
first
the
first turn ins at 12. Then wings are at 12. Turn in for baby backs are at 1,
Right.
and then St. Louis cut ribs are at 2:00.
Yeah.
And then they're supposed to do awards at 3:30.
On Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
So really between the last turn in and 3:30 would be a good time to come
Yeah.
get you some ribs and
Mhm.
stuff because
Come
we'll be busy
Right.
Yeah.
Up until.
up and during that time.
Okay.
I got one more question. St. Louis or baby backs?
I'm baby backs.
Yeah, me too.
Baby back.
Memphis, yeah, baby
Yeah.
back.
Just more fat, more.
It's more
why?
tender, huh?
And to me, it's just more tender. It's like
Yeah.
eating pork cotton candy.
Right.
Yeah, but Chili's is always baby back ribs, man. I want my
Yeah.
baby back ribs.
they
They don't
branded it.
understand what the pork ribs is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
there it is.
All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for watching on the lives and checking us out on the replay. Make sure and download the Brownwater Banter app. If you don't already have it on your phone, you can stay connected to all of our stuff. You don't have to worry about the algorithm filtering us out. You
Cut
can watch
right
all the
through it.
episodes. You can listen to the podcast.